I guess maybe let's start with the animated films. We can start with Despicable Me 4.
Okay, one question. Why
Me
is
is
Gru
back.
still around? Guys, can you let it go?
I think this is Illumination's uh, cash grab thing. Like this is like
Yo,
probably the IP that gives Illumination the most money
okay.
because of the Minions, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
the Minions make them dang cash. I mean, the Minion merchandising alone probably
But they
has
can't do
covered.
something else. Like, yeah, after 2, this franchise was done. Like
True.
Yeah,
after
But
because
you
the
know
two,
third
that
one
studios are very
with the
lazy,
twin
but
brother was
studios are mad lazy. They
I
go for
think-
the easiest thing, for the simplest thing. They tried and tested. That's why they don't. That's why so many movies are getting redone and remade.
Well, if they don't have them, if they're too lazy to start working on new IPs, then somebody who is courageous enough will come and replace them. They'll learn the hard way. It's inevitable.
because I mean, I'm looking at this trailer and I'm just like, okay, the Minions are doing Minion shenanigans. We've got Minion X-Men. Okay,
That's gonna
sure.
be hilarious.
Gru is I don't know. Gru is still Gru. Apparently, he's now compromised. I don't even know. Like the trailer didn't sell me a story. It just showed me some random scenes, hoping that I
He's in
laugh, and then
witness
that was the end
protection.
of
He's
it.
in evil protection, basically.
Yeah.
And
So
Well,
he's
yes,
not.
that's what
He's
I
not.
got for Despicable Me 4.
and then
Oh,
he's also a father. He's a father now with a baby, I guess.
Yeah, you know how these animated films do most with their sequels, they would show growth, whether the character gets a girlfriend and gets married and has children, kind of like Ice Age or Toy Story, where Andy grows up and goes to college, type of thing. So animation, it's a trope in these 3D animated movies. But what surprised me is that the kids didn't grow though.
I know
So
that got me thinking. So are they still?
is
What
this
happened?
happening in the same year?
Damn boy, talk about super spam.
Or is this happening in the like 2-3 years or what? But still, the
Isn't
children
there a
should have
daughter
grown a
missing
bit.
also? There's a
yeah, the
daughter
eldest.
missing.
The oldest, yeah, the one that was voiced by Melissa Cosgrove. Kind of what's her name? iCarly. Yeah.
I forget. She had glasses and thingy.
Yes.
That's how I remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Sorry, Rob. Do you want to say something?
I was gonna say there's a bit of a breakdown here where what's happened is you have to remember something, guys. The first movie was Despicable Me 1, and that one actually had a storyline. If you guys remember, it had a whole
Yeah.
adoption storyline. It followed storytelling 101 of kid stories. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But then what happened was they made Despicable Me Despicable Me Minions, and that made almost $1 billion, whereas the other one made about 300 and what's it 300 million, so less than half, 500 million worldwide. So the other one made double, and they were like, guess what, guys, no more storyline, the audience doesn't want to think. So that's why now you got this weird mesh between Despicable Me 4. I think that's what's kind of happening right now.
Cause I mean, the Minions is basically like a
Okay.
prequel, right? It's a
Yeah.
prequel, but it's also a trilogy of its own.
Exactly. And now they
Ah,
decided to
okay.
mix the three because the ones with the storyline aren't making that money.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to wait till the money runs out.
I guess maybe it's for the kids. I don't know. I
But
mean,
Yeah,
I mean, Illumination also did The Secret Life of Pets, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Which they
Wasn't that
have
great?
muscle.
But let's take into context. When the Minions came out, what was the market environment like at that time? Were there other competing movies at that time? Were there other?
The one Minions was at the same time as Puss in Boots. I remember that, and they both made money. And
That's
then
that's like last year or 2 years ago, isn't it?
Last Wish. Are you talking about Last Wish?
Yeah, Last Wish and Minions, they both made money, and then like no other kids movie made big money that year, if I remember correctly. I have to look it up.
You know, I like. You see, here's where movies lose me. Especially animated movies, when they make a good movie and then they make a sequel because because now they're just seeing a cash grab. For me, they're selling a product. Is the reason why I couldn't. I loved. An example I can give you is I loved watching How to Train Your Dragon, the first one. That movie broke my heart. I loved
Okay.
it so much. And then they saw just how well it did, and then they decided to go ahead and make 2, which I hate with every fiber of my being.
Yes.
And then
And then 3 was good, right?
I haven't watched it. I didn't even bother.
Wait, is 2 where he gets the mustache?
No, that's 3.
That's it.
3 is where his dad dies.
2.
No, 2 is where his
So-
dad dies.
Yes.
Is where his dad dies. And I won't lie, I didn't watch 3 as well.
No,
Once his dad
no.
dies, I was like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe I skipped. Maybe I just need to rewatch that series again because maybe I just
Mm.
watched it in.
Don't bother. Don't bother.
To be
Because
fair,
I remember,
it's-
I remember I liked 1, and I remember liking 2.
Or maybe 3.
But it might be 3 because I remember people saying 3 was a good one because finally Hiccup was the chief. They were riding the dragons. He was
That would
married
be
to
3.
Astrid, I think.
Yeah, that would be 3. But he's like the
Okay.
grown up now. But the problem is,
So then
a
I
lot
think
of people,
I think I just blanked out on 2 completely.
yeah,
Or
if the
was
mom
that
comes
good?
back, mom comes back for almost no reason. She doesn't really do anything except watch her husband die, and you're like, what is this? And
What?
Oh, and then in 3, that's when she takes the husband's place in the story,
Yep.
kind of.
Yep.
So yeah, I just completely blanked on 2 then. I think I just
Yep.
remember his dad dying, and that's the only thing I remember. I think maybe when I have some time, I'll rewatch those movies.
Well, with 2, I think we get introduced to his girlfriend who becomes his wife.
No,
No,
she's there in
that's
1.
That's in
She's
She's
one.
there in
One.
1.
No,
Yes.
no.
Astrid, it's the only female
Astrid
chick
is
that's
in-
there, and she's like punching the dragons, and like she's
Yeah.
basically dunking on him for being a weakling or whatever. And
Yeah.
then she figures out dude can ride dragons, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm into
Yeah.
him."
Oh, wait. What are we talking about?
How to Train Your
Talking.
Dragon.
We're talking about
Oh.
How to Train Your Dragon. You're talking about Despicable Me, I think.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Ah!
My
That,
bad.
I got lost there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We
It's one
got
of our
lost in
famous.
the sauce.
It's one of our
Sorry,
famous
we're bringing
tangents.
tangents, Chief. We've come
No,
with.
I want to bring it back. I was just saying I don't like where these movies are going. I understand that these companies want to make a profit, so they will push things that do generate a profit. I don't have to partake in it. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping people will wake up and start demanding more value for their money. But until then, go make your money, boo. It's okay.
It's the memes.
Go
It's
ahead.
the memes.
You know.
Yeah, don't forget.
Banana.
For Despicable Me, when Puss in Boots came out, at that time, there was a bunch of TikTokers. I don't remember, they used to wear suits, they used to dress up, and they
Yeah.
used to go watch Despicable Me in a group of like 20.
Mhm.
That puts millions in their pockets.
Mhm.
Like Barbieheimer. Memes
Yeah.
work. Memes are
Yeah.
incredibly powerful.
Even the first Black Panther, when it came out, everybody
Yeah.
was wearing African regalia and they were dancing and they were playing amapiano. So
Mm.
you remember?
Yeah. But now that can never happen again. Eh? Have you heard about the whole thing that's happening now? Where
What the-
they're saying movies are going to be like 3 weeks and they're off the cinema. Do you remember? Black Panther was 2 months minimum. 2 months in the cinemas. That's Titanic. That's James Cameron numbers
Mm.
of Black Panther staying in the cinema. That doesn't happen. You get 4 weeks.
Recap
normally.
T'Challa.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this last time. Like streaming has changed the game completely, and I mean you also see it with DSTV. I don't know who was talking. I was talking to. They're saying that they lost 1.4 billion in a year, because of
It's
streaming.
Just a question before
It's
we
4
continue.
billion. I
Just
saw it
a
today.
question.
Yeah.
Just a question. How do they make their money with streaming? I'm kind of confused on the model. Is it supposed to be
As
like
of-
YouTube?
As of right now,
They
they
don't.
don't.
I was about
They
to say that they
make their
don't.
money.
Yeah.
They're all working at a loss, all of them. Because the idea is to
So-
be the Highlander. You get a bunch of investment capital, right? So they give them $20 billion. They
Yeah.
use that $20 billion to then run all their networks and try to absorb all the net share. And then when the time's up, then they need to start charging money. You, the audience, must be supposed to be hooked and stuck. Only problem is now there's 50 streaming net services, so it'd be dumb for you to be stuck. And because of that, all these streaming companies are going to start falling apart in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
That's where it
Look,
starts.
who's this? John
It's a
Campea spoke
beautiful
about.
time bomb, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It
John
is.
Campea spoke about something called churning, where basically what people do is they subscribe to, let's say, what's this one, Prime, just to watch The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And once The Boys is done, then they unsubscribe or they stop paying, and then they watch something else on another channel, on another network. But then I think there's a company that wants to buy a few of these. So obviously, if it buys a few of
I
those,
think
then
it's
they're stopping
Disney
churn.
because
Is it
I heard
Disney?
something about Disney. They want to team up with Hulu. They want to.
Oh, they bought Hulu.
They've
They
got
Oh,
Hulu.
no, I'm saying
Yeah.
they've got Hulu, but they want to also get Max. I think
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
they want to get Max, and they want to get what was the other one? I think they want to get Apple. Like it's supposed to be a thing because I think the most successful, if we can call it that, I think the most successful is still Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think they're trying to do that to compete with Netflix.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, for me, look, we came up in South Africa. We had ETV. So if I'm watching good television and you hoist some ads at me, as long as you keep it reasonable, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
But
as long as
like,
they're not American level ads where the ad is like every ad is like 2 minutes long.
yeah,
please.
yeah. No, I'm saying ETV, Chief, where we want to watch a movie that's 1.5 hours. Now it's been 2 hours because there's a bunch of ads. If you do that to me, then I'm out.
Yeah.
I wanted to add as well with this wonderful analogy. Like it's a ticking time bomb with this whole streaming services and everything.
Uh-huh.
And with Disney Disney's ultimate aim, and I don't care if people are gonna call me super villain, gonna call me Disney hate or something. Disney wants to own all creativity.
They want to be a monopoly, yeah.
Yeah, so they will find any angle they can to find people to say, you know what, we should unionize under one banner, which is Disney, but to have different names.
Bro, if they're able, the only thing that's left for them is to buy Warner Brothers. If they buy Warner Brothers, it's over, bro.
Yeah.
No,
Because I
they
think
cannot.
Paramount, I
I
think
think they
Paramount
need.
is up for sale, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we need two. We need two streaming services, just two. Like if
Yeah,
we have two, then they can sort it out between the two. Or maybe not, because then we run into DC and Marvel and what they're doing with all of the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we do need less because
Maybe
there's just
four. Maybe if you have four things, these are the only things that exist, and of those four things, they each provide a specific thing. Maybe then people will say, I'll subscribe to these two if I'm into superheroes and cartoons. I'll subscribe to these two if I'm into horror movies and documentaries or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then there was this Nigerian guy. Was he Nigerian? I forgot his name, but they did try. He was kind of running a scam where he basically was selling all the streaming services as his own channel. So you'd pay one fixed fee, one fixed month. Because that's why. Have you noticed why these guys are now stopping this account sharing habits?
Mm,
It's because this one guy, I forget his name. I know he started out of Africa, he ended up in Dubai for some reason. Oh, that's only from the feds. What happens is he took all of these channels and then he was doing like file sharing services. So now people would buy his services and then they'll have access to all Netflix, Prime, Disney, whatever.
Yeah.
And he made bank. Well, I mean bank, I mean he made the millions.
I can imagine.
And
I guess we can go to the next movie then.